I spent the next 29 months and 7 days in solitary. And Brian, that's not easy. I don't care what anybody tells you. When we were meant to be social, we weren't meant to be solo creatures. When those lights went out at night, the other guys, not all of them, but you heard a lot of moaning and groaning. I saw a lot of ugly things. People, just terrible stuff. And, but I got into my faith in a big way. It was real to me. I studied. I looked at evidence. I wanted to know the truth. I said, hey, if there's a heaven and a hell, and this is a possible way to get me to heaven, I want to know it. If not, I'm going to throw the whole thing. I'm not going to pay attention to anything. And for me, it just really worked. Based upon what I perceived to be evidence, it became very real. So I came out of there with a different attitude. I loved God when I came out. Jesus was my hero. And from that point on, my life started to take a different direction. I'll tell you another thing. A speaker, I came out, I was looking to hide. I didn't want anybody to know where I was, right? But I'm in jail, and the FBI comes in to see me. We need a favor from you. I said, take a walk. I don't want no more favors. You put me in here for... No, listen, Mike. Major League Baseball, the NBA, NFL, NHL, they got a terrible gambling problem. I said, I know. Well, Michael, you had bookmakers working for you. I said, I had 12 or 13. You were putting athletes in trouble. Yes. Yes, we were. Shaving points, yeah, absolutely. Tell us how to defend it. I said, okay, sounds interesting. They come in, NBA Productions comes in, they do a video. And I tell them exactly how we put these athletes in trouble. This is how we do it, blah, blah, blah. Because they all gambled with bookmakers back then, right? Put them in a lot of trouble. Shaved points on games, affected the outcome of a game. They featured me prominently in this video. Brian Gumbel was the MC. Pete Rose took upon it. They did a good job, and they showed it to all the players. Now I get out. Head of security for Major League Baseball, the NBA, come to me. Michael, this video is having an impact. Will you come and talk to our players? Because, Brian, let me tell you this. Steroids, all of that, problem. Gambling, they're really worried about. Because if games are fixed, it becomes like the old wrestling. It's like a farce. They don't want gambling to affect their players and all this kind of stuff. So since 1996, when I got out of jail, I went to every Major League Baseball team in spring training. The NBA rookies, I did them. Started doing the NFL. 1998, the NCAA calls me, Mike, take this message to our colleges. We got a lot of kids in trouble. I said, I know that. I spoke at over 350 universities in the past 25 years. I still do all the things. That's how I started speaking. It was like a backdoor thing to me. And then churches were calling me. My pastor, who was a wonderful, wonderful man, he used to send me money for my commissary. I only met the guy, he married her. I didn't even know him. But the church was so wonderful to my wife and kids. They accepted her, they took her in, they treated them so wonderfully that when I got out, the pastor says, Mike, I want you to give your testimony to the church. Brian, I didn't even know what he was talking about. Testimony. I said, I thought you did that from a witness stand, right? I didn't know what he was talking about. But I spoke at the church, and all of a sudden, churches are calling me. I mean, I don't even know how this happened, because I never planned it. So that's why when I say God had a different plan and a purpose for me, it's the truth. Because he used the whole first half of my life to set up what he's doing in my life now. 100%. It's not even a thought in my mind that it's any other thing. Because I don't claim credit for this. I wasn't come out and saying, I'm going to be a good guy now. I'm going to change the world. It just happened. It just happened. But the more I got into it, Brian, I really mean this with all my heart. There's a much better feeling in life to give than there is to receive. I got an email this morning. Michael, 25 years ago I met you. You changed my life. Just this morning. I get them every day. Now I'm a screenplay writer. I'm doing so well. I'm off the drugs. I didn't even know I've met the guy. You don't remember all of these things, but when people are having a positive impact because of what you went through and because you can relate it to them, it's the best feeling in the world. And that's what motivates me.
And that happened because you surrendered that time in the cell. Is that what happened? You surrendered, or you saw that there was power in the world not being about you, and then religion showed you that? Is that what that transformation happened?
Brian, sometimes in life you got to be broken. You remember this. I'm tough guy, always in control of my life, men underneath me, had all the money. You think you're invincible in a way.
You can't improve maybe ever in that way anyways.
I beat all of these cases. I had it going on, right? But I realized something. No matter how powerful you think you are, there's always people more powerful. You're never about what you think you are. And here I am sitting in a jail cell in somebody else's underwear. I lost 20 pounds in there. I don't want to eat the junk that they're sending me. Who am I? I'm nothing. This can happen to me overnight from having my own jet plane, my own helicopter, 300 guys under me, making, millions every week. And then I'm in a just 6x8 jail cell like a bum. That's a wrong word to use. You know what I mean? Just, who am I? That's why these guys that get full of themselves, they're out of their mind. From one minute to the next, this life can change on a dime. So, one of the most attractive things I see in people is humility. Some people that I know have a lot of power and a lot of authority that just walk around very humble. That's so attractive to me. Because they realize, who really am I at the end of the day?